Okay, here we go. This is lift 1. We're going to start with Bulgarian squats to Romanian deadlifts. So you just need a bench for this, and if you have a slider, you could use that. You don't really need one, but and if you want to use weights, you can, but again, you don't have to use it. We're going to do a superset. So we're doing Bulgarian squat with a Romanian deadlift, and then we're doing hanging shrugs. We're going to do 8 reps for this week, and then follow the calendar as it goes. So you're going to step out, so the top of your foot is on the edge of the bench, your other foot is comfortably forward. You want to think about your back knee going down and back as you lower down, and your front knee should stay in line with your toes, hip in line as we come down. So core is strong and tight. We're doing 8 of these, so we come down, the back knee comes back and down, so we have a 90-degree angle at this front leg, drive through your front heel, we come all the way back up, and then we're gonna hinge into that Romanian deadlift. So really think about sliding that foot back on the bench, and then using this front glute to pull yourself back up into a tall position. So we come down into a lunge, or a Bulgarian squat, and then Romanian deadlift. That's 2, down and back, come all the way up, hinge forward and up, that's 3, down, up. When we hinge, this front hip is pulling back, drive up, 4, 5, core is strong, shoulders are slightly pinched together, 6, oops, 7, and then one more, and go back and really squeeze to pull yourself up, and then switch legs, other side. So Bulgarian squat, step out far enough that it feels comfortable, and then knee goes down and back, come back up, hinge forward and back. Again, if you had dumbbells, you would just have them at your sides, and then hinge, draw back up, down, back knee goes down and back, up, hinge, and up, and just go nice and slow. The slower you can go, the more you'll find some of your weaknesses. I like using the bench to slide for the Romanian deadlift because it keeps your hips pointing down towards the ground versus opening out, which a lot of people like to do. I lost track. I think this is 6. Oops. Keep your core strong. And one more. All right, so that's our Bulgarian squat to Romanian deadlift. Then you're gonna come to a bar. So basically you just wanna have your arms come straight up, walk to your bar, grip it, rip it. So almost like you're trying to rip the bar apart. And then from here, you can just let your feet dangle. We're focusing on our shoulder blades, pulling down our back. Hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then let it go. Squeeze and lift. 1, 2, 3, and down. Squeeze your butt. Brace your core. Keep your head in line. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, and 8. And then relax. You're gonna go through that for 2 more rounds before going to the next superset. So our next superset is the Suitcase Deadlift. So if you're using a kettlebell, maybe like 1 riser and then a step. If you're using a dumbbell, maybe the same, or maybe 1 more riser up, just so you aren't overtaxing your lower back and you can stay in good position. So from here, we get our nice firm stance. Feet are directly underneath our shoulders. We're gonna sit, so loosen the knees and then sit your butt back until you come down and grab your weight. You wanna really pull that shoulder down your back, so pack it down, brace your core, and then you're driving through that inside leg to stand back up, tall at the top, squeeze your glutes, and then loosen the knees. The butt sits back, 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 back until it hits the ground. Almost like, again, like you're trying to break a bar apart here. that would be the position that you want to pack that shoulder down. Brace, drive through, push back, and lower down. Brace. You might want to take that deep breath. Exhale as you come up, and then sit back and down. Inhale, up, sit back and down. 4, 5. You can pretend like you have another one on the other side. 6. Brace. 7. And 8. Good. And then you're going to go and face the other way. I'll face this way so maybe you can see a little bit more what my back is doing. So feet are underneath me. And I loosen my knees. I sit my butt back until I get my weight. It's almost like I'm breaking whatever it is in half. I inhale, fill my belly, and then exhale, drive through the 4. 1, sit back and down, break. 2, sit back and down, inhale. 3, back and down. 4, back and down, really pushing off this inside leg. 5, back and down, break, brace, and drive. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Always really paying attention on the way that you go back down. When you let it down, don't let that last rep get sloppy and round. Always keeping that good form as you go. Okay, so then with that one, we're doing reverse flies. So you can grab dumbbells, and you can do this either standing, or if you wanted to sit on the edge of the bench, you can do that too. If you do sit on the edge of the bench, you're coming all the way to the end. Your feet are gonna be together, and then you're gonna hinge yourself forward. So you'll be more in this position here. So your back is flat, your chest is up, but our main goal is to squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. So it doesn't matter how high your hands come, but that your shoulder blades are the thing you're paying attention to. So again, we're doing 8, 3, 4, squeeze the shoulder blades together, control the down, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. So for that one, definitely making sure that you're getting your shoulder blades together to squeeze in the back. And again, if you're doing it from a standing position, that you want to be here. So just like we did with the deadlift. So because you're pairing with the deadlift, it might be better to just give yourself a rest with doing it seated on the bench. But that's up to you. And then the last 2, so again, you'll go through that 2 more times. And then the last superset is kettlebell lateral lunge shifts. So we're going to have our feet spread wide, and then your kettlebell is going to be going to the front of the opposite foot. So we're going to sit back and shift, then come all the way up in the center, squeeze your butt, sit back and shift all the way up. So that's 1, and we do 8 to each side. Shift and drive, shift and drive. Side, that's 2, shift and drive, shift and drive. 3, sit your butt back, brace your core, drive your glutes at the top. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. And then the last exercise in that grouping is belly Ys and Ts. So for this one, you can do it laying on the floor. I like it a little bit better laying on a bench. So you're gonna get your chest towards the end of the bench, laying flat. You want to almost give yourself a little bit of a tuck under with your hips, just so your back isn't in a hyperextension. You're going to lift your chin up so the back of your head comes towards the sky, and that's our starting position. From here, all we're doing is thumbs up and coming up, and you want to think about lifting from the shoulder blades, hold, and come back down. So we're doing Y's first, up, hold, and down under control. Think about the lower part of your shoulder blades kind of initiating the movement, I suppose. Up, hold, and down. Relax the shoulders away from your ears, lift the arms up and down, shoulders relax, lift up and down. If you can, really try to reach out through your fists, keep the elbows straight, and down, 6, keep that belly button drawn up, 7, and 8. You should feel that in the middle of your back. If you're feeling in your lower back, you're probably arching too much. So you can even put like a little rolled up mat underneath your belly if you need to elevate that a little bit more. So then from here, we're just going to T's. So still thumbs up, shoulders are relaxed, and then pinch your shoulder blades together in the back, pause, and come back down, and squeeze, pause, come back down. Again, it's not about how high your shoulders or your arms come, but that your shoulder blades are pulling towards each other. So they squeeze together. The low back is not in an arched position, so everything should be felt in the middle of your back. Keep your head in line with your spine. Squeeze, pause, and then lower under control. Squeeze, pause, lower under control. 2 more. Squeeze, pause, lower, and squeeze, pause, and lower. Good. So the middle of your back might be screaming at you, especially if that's not something that you work often, and especially if you tend to be in that rounded shoulder position. The back between the shoulder blades can get very weak. So give those a try. Do 2 more rounds of that. And then you can move on to whatever you have for the rest of the day. Have fun.